thenewbeatmaker.com.
Hi, this is Lee from thenewbeatmaker.com. I hope you're all well. One of the big disappointments you're likely to encounter when first making music is when you have loved a track you've created and you've played it again and again on your own studio setup, and when you play it on a different setup or in a different environment, the track does not sound as good, maybe nowhere near as good as it does on the setup that you've created it on. So for example, if you have a massive set of subwoofers on your speakers at home, you may think that your track has a really big, powerful bass line if you only listen to it on that one setup, and then you go around to a friend's house with a more modest setup, for example, and that super bass line sounds thin, or is maybe even totally non-existent, or vice versa. Perhaps you're making music on a laptop and you only have a pair of £20 earbud headphones at your disposal. These earbuds have no bass response or very, very little, and so you end up making a track with way too much low end to overcompensate. When you play the track on any system with anything approaching a substantial amount of low end, your bass line is now obnoxiously loud. So, without spending an awful amount of money on studio time, acoustic treatment and a numerous amount of monitors, all that as a new musician you should not be doing, do you have any indication as to what your mix sounds like on a wide variety of setups? Well, this is where MixChecker comes in. MixChecker by the company Audified seeks to replicate the various strengths and weaknesses of common setups. So, for example, the previously mentioned lack of bass in earbuds and laptop speakers, and the strong bass of an 8-inch subwoofer, for example. Now, MixChecker is a piece of software, although if you've seen the advert online you'd be forgiven for thinking it's both hardware and software, and it's priced around £150 at the moment. And MixChecker also uses iLock security software, means that there's a little bit more effort in installing and registering the product as well. If you are very much just starting out, then you're probably going to have to wait a while before investing in this product, but I do mean investing in this product. I don't use that word lightly. I would say that if you're at a point or the stage where you're starting to spend such an amount on, let's say, keyboards or other instruments, be they virtual or physical, and or you really want to send your music up to blogs or other avenues to promote your music, then you really should be considering at least investing in this. In the meantime, if you cannot justify spending this sort of money, I recommend you spending the time burning your music to CDs, playing your music on as many different setups as possible, from big studio monitors to laptops, from earbuds on your phone to car stereo system. Also, Voxengo Span is an excellent free graphic analyzer which, as the name graphic analyzer suggests, creates a visual representation of the frequency range of your tracks in real time, or at least as near as real time. That's not taking away anything from Audified MixChecker when using a graphic analyzer, even when as great as Span, and it is great, is and perhaps I'm stating the obvious here, is that music is, primarily at least, consumed via the ears and not the eyes. And so, whilst a graphic analyzer is superb, you'll still need to know how your music actually sounds across these different platforms. And just going to let you see some of the video courtesy of Audified. Within moments after downloading, you have means to compare and contrast how your track sounds on various common setups within the click of a button. Literally. Want to know what your track is likely to sound like on earbuds? There's a button and a setting for that. You interested in what your track is going to sound like in the car, a home hi-fi system, the radio? Well, there's the settings for these too. Now, I hear you cry, surely it matters what you are listening to this MixCheckered, if that's even a word, it is now. Surely it matters what you are literally listening to this MixCheckered track through. You know, listening through your earphones or your speakers will affect the MixCheckered, and there's that word again, the MixCheckered sound. Well, Audified have thought of that already, and so there's a calibration of what your average 5-inch monitor or your 8-inch monitor or studio headphone are likely to sound like, and this levels out the playing field quite nicely. I mean, again, we're talking about getting a ballpark estimate, but a good rough estimate as to what a track sounds like, because of course there's going to be so many different things to take into account even when using this software. Now, my own experience in playing my own tracks, it does really make the difference between the formats that much clearer, meaning you can tweak your frequency ranges and the like that much more immediately in your creative process, rather than constantly having to go to different platforms to test a track, which is one way to really stifle the creativity if you're anything like me. Now, I looked around the internet and went to more technically minded websites than myself. You know, these were websites such as Gear Sluts. By and large, the techie guys over there seem to be pleased if a newbie like me and experienced musicians and engineers, such as those at Gearsluts, can have a middle ground, then a product must be at least somewhere near towards what it claims it is. And I think that's the case here. I can't say enough good things about the product. It makes it very easy to check your mixes on all these different formats. Like I say, a recent upgrade brought in a much needed mono setting. It's really vital to check how your mixes sound in mono as well as stereo. You can always Google that for more information. Also, in the latest update, they've let you tweak the volume settings as well. But I'd really wish that I'd had this product nearer the beginning of my path on hobbyist beat making. I think it would have helped me out a lot in those early days even. Let's call it 4.5 out of 5. Go and check it out today. There's a 30-day trial period, so head over to the Audified website and check it out for yourself. That's Audified by MixChecker. And this is Lee from thenewbeatmaker.com. And until next time, many thanks for following, many thanks for watching. Bye.
thenewbeatmaker.com.